Hello, hello. I'm Robin Lee Miller,
And I'm Julie Deem.
and we are coming to you today with the Morning Bird Minute. That's right, everything that has been happening in social and digital this week. So let's hop to it. We've got some really interesting topics for today, and we just want to help you grow your business. So let's start with our first article of the day. TikTok TikTok tips on building brand loyalty. Now, I love TikTok. I don't make enough TikToks, but I really do love what the whole program stands for. And they're certainly providing businesses with opportunities to create these long lasting relationships, passionate communities who want to talk about, engage, buy from brands that they love. And they partnered with this research company called Dirt. And what they've found out is that TikTok encourages brand love and it pushes positive connections between brands and their audiences. So, building brand love within the TikTok community, what does that require? Everything that you're pretty much familiar with: presence, trust, authenticity, and of course, a little bit of effort, just a pinch, just a pinch. When a brand creates content that speaks to its consumers directly, the community will in return show support back. Users of TikTok become genuinely happy to support and interact with the brands that create specifically for the platform, instead of just making it for IG and then repurposing it to TikTok. Like if you're creating genuine content for there, it resonates with the users. Um, Research proves that they've got longer watch times, increased purchase intent, and overall stronger feelings of positivity. TikTok creates lasting connections between communities and advertisers. So we wanted to share 4 tips with you today on how to get the community excited around your brand. So number one, always stay engaged. You can find more about this strategy by downloading a high level guide that we have linked in our blog on the Morning Bird Minute. Number 2, discover community talks. And when you explore those community talks that are relevant to your brand and become a member of those internal communities, you have done your work, and in turn, you will receive as well. Partner with creators, find the best creators to work with through the TikTok creator marketplace. And that way you can feed off one another, right? Participate in the trends. Sometimes they're a little gimmicky, but sometimes they're a lot of fun. Find trends to stay culturally relevant with communities that you're speaking to. And of course, all else, just check out the Creative Center for guidance. How do you feel about this, Julie? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not active on Twitter. I am not active on TikTok, and I'm surprised to hear that you are. It's another social media platform, and for me, it just seems like one more thing. And so it's interesting to me to hear, the brand engagement side of things, especially how successful people have been with it, because you know sometimes we overlook things because we don't want to try new things. And meanwhile, we're sticking to these old things that aren't even really generating the same return as the newer thing that might be working better for other businesses.
Right. I hear you there. I mean, for me, it is. I've been in digital media now since, well, I've been in media since like traditional times, and moving into the digital stuff, there's constantly new waves of things coming our way. So it is hard to stay up on things. And once you get good at something, you want to keep doing it, but then you're not moving along with like the trends that are occurring right in front of us. So
Right, right. And then the consistency, right? Like the consistency piece is really large because it might just be one more thing that might only take 30 more minutes, but finding the 30 minutes in the day to really do that. I'm curious, Robin, have you had more success batch recording and setting up your week of videos ahead of time, or is it something that is more set up for organically, taking a quick video and posting it?
I would say there is a fine balance of both. You go in with the best intentions of setting your clients or yourselves up for the month, and you're like, all right, I want to hit these, 5 points that run with the season of my business. But then you've also got that on the fly content that you have to throw in because you just heard that there's this new trend and you really have to go do it and it's blowing up right now. So, you rush to your phone and try to set it up and send it out. And when you have that good mix and there's a good balance, like it comes across authentic. And I'm okay with both. I'm okay with a bit of curated content plus on the fly stuff. I think it's a necessity to have both.
Right, right. And I agree. Another thing I'm not very engaged in is Twitter. So going back to Twitter,
Oh
Twitter
yeah.
Vision in high def, Twitter has been long been accepted as the go-to social media platform for snippets. of info presented in tests. And with that said, the visual side of things have actually been a bit hard to keep up with, and the optimal, sizes were unpredictable, and the video content was just small and really difficult to view. So Twitter is reacting to the way that the users are consuming its content and accommodating these trends, or rather, watching video content is by far the new wave, digesting new info and keeping viewers engaged and active in apps. So people are really liking that, you've written off video, you got to upload it on Twitter. Now might be the time to really reconsider it, because people are really enjoying video quality, and the center of their new improvements are really taking up speed because people are really enjoying it. So Twitter is making the viewing of video content much more attractive by enabling full screen viewing and taking a page out of like IG's book, and they're starting to create this immersive viewing experience by expanding the video to all edges of the screen.
Mhm.
And Twitter has also added an explore tab, which is showing you these video carousels or different trending tweets that you can now fit into your interests. So if you've enjoyed using Twitter before, you might have scrolled past these videos or they're gone. Gone are the days of having to squint to see your favorite new news brief. And it's really interesting because, I had a hard time keeping up with Twitter to begin with, but I can't imagine how much more consuming it would be to now look at these short tweets and now videos in between.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Twitter for sure. Like you were saying about the optimization, you go on Twitter on your desktop and they show you square images and horizontal images and vertical images. And then you go to your mobile and they only show you horizontal ones. And then everything that you saw for the square got cut off. So, like, I know for making graphics, it was a pain in the butt to have to like repurpose all of your graphics in horizontal format, vertical format, square format, when you really just, again, you only have so many hours in the day, so you have to kind of pick your poison. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they're doing immersive experience, because especially where they're trending in sound and podcasting, which for us is great. Like, they're starting to use the Twitter Spaces more and incorporate audio. So it'd be very curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm curious also. I'm also curious in terms of consumption rate, right? Like from a marketing standpoint, will they see their users consume more time on Twitter, or will this lower their engagement because the platform is really designed for that back and forth tweet
Mhm.
conversation engagement side of the platform, and will that number go down because people are, tapped into these videos and just scrolling and watching videos?
I know. It's like if you're good at something, just stick with it maybe and see where it goes. Yeah. Very curious. Our next topic at hand, though, this one I was digging on, is a first collab for this platform, Pinterest, with our very own First Lady. So
Okay.
yeah, I know, right? Never say never, man. Our First Lady, Jill Biden, she is collaborating with Pinterest. It's the first of its kind, and it is here to honor educators, our teachers that teach our youth and always come up with fresh ideas. So you find that, you go to Pinterest for inspiration, for DIY projects. So they've decided to collaborate with educators and teachers. They inspire our students in many creative ways. They want to help them learn, keep them interested in class materials. And there's a ton of challenges that we face during this pandemic and this hybrid learning model, keeping our classes engaged online, honestly, even in physical classroom settings, having innovative resources to pull from time to time. Um, they become a necessity. You can come up with stuff on your own as much as you want, but having stuff like Pinterest, why not? You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. So the new educational partnership with Jill Biden and Pinterest, it celebrates our educators, and it provides Dr. Biden's Pinterest board for tips on how to mentor, stay healthy in class. And it also provides advice from the most popular teacher Pinterest creators, which is pretty cool. They're also featuring a new web series called Teachers Tips with Dr. Biden and Friends, and it includes tips for new teachers in collaboration with Dr. Biden and with the 2022 State Teachers of the Year. Another thing they'll be able to take advantage of are DIY ideas on Pinterest TV, featuring two of the most popular DIY creators, providing DIY projects that teachers can replicate easily and use in the classroom. So these types of partnerships, I invite and encourage our listeners and viewers to think about ways in which we didn't think we could use social media before, and ways that it can help us increase our audience sizes, influence the upcoming youth that we have, and also like utilizing your business to provide educational insight to these niche topics that you know about, and celebrating this and utilizing this content online, providing value to your audience is another way that you could be repurposing in the same way that the first lady is doing with Pinterest.
Yeah, I really see this taking off. I think Pinterest was getting a little stagnant.
Mhm.
People were using it, but they probably were only using it for things that were, getting saved, but not really taking things further. And they were trying to find a way to trigger that spark back to get people back in and get that buy-in again to where there is a lot more people using the platform consistently. And
Yeah.
I can totally see like how something like this would really increase the engagement on their end to where people find that, joy again playing in Pinterest and creating their boards all over.
Yeah, I love this too. And I mean, I've always been a fan of Pinterest. I haven't utilized it as much as I've wanted to, but their SEO is phenomenal. And if you have, blog posts and things that you can repurpose, I think that creating pins out of those will give you a much longer lifespan than just putting them on Facebook and Twitter alone.
1000%. I always tell people that, to this day, I have high school pins that were just junk,
Uh-huh.
still getting repinned and saved. And I always get excited when the notification comes through because I don't even know the last time I've saved a pin.
Yeah.
At this time, I really just go through and click the article to get the information instead of saving it to a folder anymore. And I think that is a great point because if you think about it, just one blog article, for example, you can create anywhere from like 5 to 15 different pins
Mhm.
that are just all over the internet indefinitely and will always provide access to anybody who comes across it and might want to know more.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah.
There's
So
some new.
speaking of feeds, we
Yeah.
got this feeds frenzy on Facebook, Everybody has these different feeds that they're scrolling, and Facebook is constantly reinventing the way it presents the infinite amount of content that it serves you in its feeds. So the next step is taking, to try and organize the chaos that it's offering you in additional tabs and
Mhm.
ways to customize your feeds. So they are personalizing how content from friends and family and group pages and other public figures are presented. What shows in your feed is uniquely personalized to your interests through machine learning, and nested within these individual feeds, you have the ability to select the show more or show less option that appears on your post. And Facebook will generate posts that they think you'll connect with. By going to feed preference, you can adjust this feature as well as utilize the favorites, snooze, and reconnect options. By using these options, you can discover more content and have a better custom experience when it comes to using Facebook. I think this is cool. And one fact that, like, I feel like a lot of my friends are posting and I'm not ever seeing their posts because I'm so hammered with these, like, different suggested posts. But the flip side of that, I think having these extra tabs, will I remember to click the other tabs if I'm looking to scroll through the junk that I'm just interested in mindlessly scrolling through, or will I consistently still show up on like the family feed watching the same stuff over and over again for my family?
Yeah, I actually I have had this feature put onto my Facebook account right now. I don't know if it's on my personal one or on some of the other ones that I am managing, but or actually, I do have access to it. So if you are on your home screen, you still get like the mix of everything that you have, but if you scroll over to the fourth icon, then you have all of your various feeds where it gives you all, and then you have your favorites. So like if you mark your favorites, you'll be able to see those, and then you have your friends, your groups, your pages. So it separates it into like 5 different feeds, and you can kind of just peruse through either the whole aggregated one as a whole, or divide up into, because I just like there are some pages that I follow that I do want to see more of, and it gives you the opportunity to do it. So it is clean, and because it's like so much information, I kind of like the way that they are taking it and making it into smaller, more consumable bites.
I like that. And that's good to hear your feedback because it's the same thing with the groups. That's a great example of, when I remember to click the groups tab, it is always wild to me how many things that I haven't seen on my main feed that I've just overlooked or hasn't shown up because it's, part of like the group segment that's not actually being pushed out to the main feed.
Truth, truth. Continuing in Facebook land though, this one is kind of cool too because they've upgraded the user experience, and then they're also adding more to Meta Business Suite. So Facebook and IG, they're always trying to improve their technology with the goal of it making the tech clear and easy to understand for you to use. Not every single person is a digital media marketer. You have to make it consumable to everyone, right? And we kind of take that for granted sometimes as we're in the field. So, as if this program couldn't get any bigger than it already is, since Facebook's purchase of Instagram and now their new identity under the Meta umbrella, they continue to expand what is currently the Meta Business Suite. Right now, I'd say it's very cumbersome, and you have to go into like too many windows, too many tiers to get to like where like 3 or 4 levels deep. Oh, well, you can do it on this business suite, but then you have to go into Meta Business Planner to get to the next level. And then you have to go into Creator Studio to get into the next level of data. So right now I think that they're trying to figure out how to aggregate the amount of data that is available to us. But until then, we're stuck with all of these different tiers, and we just keep peeling back the onion. So back to Meta Business Suite for a moment. What started out as the ability to create centralized access to check your notifications, navigate between the two apps, has also now grown to encompass e-commerce. All the US-based Facebook and IG users can now connect their digital wallets to Meta Business Suite and share their digital collectibles. That includes the ability for people to cross-post digital collectibles that they own across both apps. So another integration between the two. Once you connect your digital wallet to either app, you'll be allowed to share your digital collectibles, and select US creators right now and collectors will be able to test the digital collectibles feature to share NFTs that they have created or bought, and then it'll slowly be rolled out to the general public, like all other things. We share this info with you because new technology like these NFTs allow us to take more control over our work, our social media, and our relationships with our audiences. So as new features continue to come down the pipeline, Meta continues to integrate feedback from consumers to provide technology that benefits users of all levels, aka my mom and me.
Yeah, the digital media that's being sold is still something that my brain is having a hard time understanding.
Right.
And so this is very interesting to think about these new transactions and ways that, technology is trying to keep up with maintaining and collecting, their pieces of the pie here.
Absolutely. I know the NFTs, it is a whole other world to start to understand, but unfortunately I think that it will become our norm as digital currency becomes more profound and paper currency finds its way out, and hopefully this decentralized currency can make it more make the world more connected, bring us closer together than further apart.
Totally, totally. And, speaking of,
Money.
different technology and keeping up with, getting their piece of the pie, we've got, charity profiles are more popular than ever. And
Yeah.
Venmo has officially, started sharing their visionaries around how they're going to be,
Mhm.
making charitable giving more accessible through the new Venmo initiative.
Okay.
Charity profiles, since its early inception, Venmo has been used in unique ways to bring communities together through its unmatched exchange feed. And so they have continuously been inspired by their customers' generosity and support of one another. And piggybacking on this concept, they are proudly introducing the ability to create these charity profiles for nonprofits to receive donations directly through the Venmo app.
Nice.
And these charity accounts are all vetted and receive a PayPal approved verification to ensure that the funds are donated going to the reputable cause. And these profiles will make it easier than ever for charities and nonprofits to reach additional people who are passionate about causes in their community, because the charity profiles are easy to set up, they have low fees, and are seamless with the verification process to allow you to get the support that you need from the generosity of Venmo users. And there will also be a charity hub in the coming months directly in the Venmo app to help users discover causes close to their hearts and easily be able to contribute to those that they care about. So if they see it, you know, Venmo will automatically suggest that this is something that they can contribute to really help out in the form of financial support.
I love that. That's a wonderful way to do it. I originally started using Venmo as, just between my friends and whatnot. And I never thought about using it like for like my business. But now that PayPal has acquired them and they have these business accounts and these charity accounts, I'm definitely going to be telling all the nonprofit clients that I have to create these profiles because it makes it so much easier. So much easier. And then they get it direct. And like speaking of that, like exchange, like it's the only platform you see that really lets you tell like your friends how you spend your money, which is
Yeah, it
neat.
is. There's something to be said about the psychological side of the marketing behind Venmo and how
Yeah.
exciting it is to be like, "Happy birthday, go buy yourself a coffee. Oh, and look, this week I just spent $100 that I sent to, this dog saving campaign that, I really am passionate about." And it's more than, because Facebook has the fundraiser feature and I
Right.
just have not, taken to that as well. And I can see Venmo being a better suited platform for something like that.
Agreed. And I also love the ability that it's probably much faster to give directly. With Facebook, it's so massive. Like it takes like 75 days to get to the charity that it
Oh
is
my.
intended to get to, which I mean, money is money. Everybody is grateful to get to it, but it is such a large platform that it does take some time. So if you're looking for that more instantaneous turnaround, then I think Venmo might be the way to go, especially given that they are e-commerce, like they come
And many
out that
nonprofits have PayPal set up, right? So it's like
Mhm.
such an easy, seamless thing to process through.
Absolutely. And like more ways that small businesses, nonprofits, things to take advantage of. We love sharing resources with you. We came across a great one recently called Start Small, Think Big. And as small business owners, I mean, you get it. We are everything in our business. We are our bookkeeper. We are running day-to-day operations. It involves just wearing so many hats. And Start Small, Think Big also had this in mind. They are a nonprofit based in New York City. They help small businesses around the country with what they deem as high potential and limited access to the resources needed to create a thriving business. So, because you can never have enough information, we definitely encourage you to take advantage of their free workshops and networking opportunities. They provide informative content that helps gear you towards success. Some of the events coming up include a finance series starting October 11th, which is tomorrow. So, you can always sign up for that. It's a 4-part series. Entrepreneurs and finance experts explain how they used financial projections to understand their business and make better decisions. Another one coming up is keyword research on October 13th. So that's keyword strategy and searching for ideal keywords for your business. Another one that I thought was really cool was Public Relations 101. That's on October 27th. That is tips for positioning yourself and your business within your community and expanding your awareness and customer base. And of course, for the full schedule, you can find that on our blog, morningbird.media, and you can find Morningbird Minute there or just Google it. Start Small, Think Big has also partnered with Venmo. So speaking of Venmo, they are going to provide a series of workshops and community building opportunities to help out the small business community. These sessions will include effectively using technology to scale your business. So if you feel like you've got this brick and mortar, but you're not really sure how to help yourself in this digital era, grabbing some of these free resources that you have at your fingertips is definitely ideal. Something that you can also keep on your radar is the Venmo Small Business Grant Program. They just most recently gave out their round of grants. They were about $10,000 a piece, and they provide technical advice as well to 20 deserving small businesses and entrepreneurs. But we'll definitely keep you posted when the applications open up again.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we are providing you with the best of the best that you need to build that social media presence. So, in our weekly edition of Morning Bird Media, we will be answering your social and digital media questions. So, drop us a comment in our blog or just DM us directly on IG at morningbird.media, and we'll answer them for all of future episodes.
Will sure will. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Morning Bird Minute. By the way, it is our 1 year anniversary of putting that blog out.
Woo!
So happy birthday, Morning Bird Minute. Woohoo! All right. I am Robin Lee Miller.
And I'm Julie Deem.
Make sure to join us again next week. We'll see you later.